Hey guys, welcome back to another Default Cube CG Matter tutorial, and today we are doing something that I'm actually really excited about, which is making 3D models of any face. Specifically my face, using only photos. So I took 6 photos of me, and by the way, this is better if somebody else takes photos of you, so you can just stand still and the person revolves around you. But I just went like this, and the results still work, or the results are still good. I should preface this by saying I'm recording at 3:30 in the morning and I'm tired, but somebody posted this into Discord, so I thought this was something I should talk about. It's really cool. Okay, so we are going to make models using photos, and to do this we are going to use an add-on, because Blender does not do this by itself without a ton of manual work. So you're going to open your favorite internet browser on this link. It's going to be linked in the description. You don't need to guess how to find it. This is the Keen Tools Face Builder add-on for Blender 2.8, 2.81, anything with an 8 and then a plus, so even things in the future will work. And this Keen Tools stuff right now is in beta, meaning that it's free, and then one day you might need to pay for it, so try it now. And this is also the same company or whatever that makes the face builder stuff for Nuke and other stuff like that. So it's cool that they made a Blender thing. So what we need to do is click the blue button. You click it, it's going to download the add-on. You do that, and the add-on is really just a bridge between, this core library and Blender to interact. But we don't actually need to download this ourselves, because the add-on actually has a way to download it for us. And the whole reason there's this stuff is because of licensing stuff with Blender, but that's fine. Okay, cool. So now we have the Keen Tools add-on and we need to install it. So I'm just going to open up Blender and wait for that. I'm going to be using version 2.81a as opposed to 2.81f. And let's go full screen. Okay, cool. So now we need to install the add-on before doing anything. Go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and let me just make sure I don't have it installed already. No, good. I uninstalled it just so I can show you this. You're going to click Install. You're going to navigate to wherever you saved it, and you're going to see Keen Tools, Install Add-on, and then you're going to see it. It's going to be disabled, and we enable. And then you're going to see using this properly, but we're just going to go over some of them. So for example, you need to make sure, or at least it's preferable if you delete everything in your default scene. So I'm going to do that. Next, we're going to hit N for the properties, and you're going to see Face Builder and, whatever other add-ons you have. So I have like screencast keys, but you should see Face Builder. You're going to click that. And you may be wondering, at this point, what do? There's so many options. You click the button, you click it. It's going to load the interface, and you're going to see it's going to give us a default model of a head. It's a model. It's not, I don't know what else it would be, but it's a model. And we have all these options of what we can do with it. My phone is going off. That is fine. And basically what we're going to be doing is using our photos to make this face deform into whatever target face. So right now this looks like somebody, doesn't look like me. So we're going to fix that. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to add our images. So just click Add Images. Navigate to wherever your photos are. They recommend, I think they said 7+. I'm going to use 6, and it worked for me. So I would recommend getting as many high quality photos as possible. Make sure that when you take these photos, they are taken with the same camera, but also on top of that, the same focal length, same sensor size, although I don't think you can change the sensor size if you're using the same camera. But basically, don't zoom in. Just take the photos,
adding trees without actually did that a minute ago. Yeah, it's another kitchen tutorial because evidently I can't get enough of them. For those of you who are new to this channel, this isn't going to be a traditional tutorial where every single step is explained, because then it's too long, and also I'm insulting your intelligence because most of it's basic. So this is just going to be like the broad workflow, and then along the way going in deeper on a few of the tips and tricks that I like how I halved the render times twice, adding dirt into the crevices of things very easily using a new node in Blender, and increasing your render times. Get straight into it. So the idea for the scene came when I was browsing Pinterest one day, and then I came across that it didn't have a lot of furniture, because as anyone who's done interiors knows, furniture is very time consuming. So I was like, hey, those shapes look very basic. I could do that. So yeah, I went about recreating it. So you could do it like eyeballing it, but I wanted to do it like one-to-one, you know, matching on top of each other. So to do that, first thing you have to do is also one of the most boring, but it's the most important, and that's making sure that your 3D camera matches the camera that the photo was taken with, because otherwise you'll start modeling things and nothing will line up. So in previous videos, I've always used an add-on called Blam, but there's been a new development. The guy who made that add-on has since broken it off into its own standalone open source software called FSpy, and it's awesome. I have to tell you, it's way easy to use. Basically, you drag in the image, and then you've got the axes lines, and you can drag them and adjust them, and then when you're finished you hit save, and then there is an add-on for Blender which will basically read that file, and then in one click you've got everything set up. The camera's pointing the right way, you've got the image plane added, you can even set the scale of it so that it matches the right scale as well. It's really awesome, and because it's standalone you can also use it for other software as well, like After Effects or Maya, because all the camera settings are there. Honestly, it's awesome software. But anyway, if you extrude out the floor, you should see that it matches the floor in the photo. Extrude it up, it should match the ceiling. And then once you got those two things, basically you can just start modeling and blocking out the rest of the scene. So then you've got to add in some light, and to have light, you've got to have windows. Now, here's a fun fact about me. Because there's a track, there's the frame of the window, there's there's so many little intricacies, and they've all got to line up. I hate it. So whenever possible, I use an add-on. And I only just discovered this, but there's an awesome one that comes with Blender. If you've ever tried to model something in Blender only to become frustrated at how sloppy and uncooperative